Teo sucked at the NFL Combine. He might not find a team, Travis.
Nah, he'll be fine.
He'll be fine in the end?
Yeah,
They're all talking about how much he sucked in the 40.
Really?
he ran slower than
4.82, I
yeah.
think. They were expecting him to be much faster than that. Underwhelms at the Combine.
He ran a 4.82 in the 40-yard dash.
If you're as big an idiot as he is, you better fucking be physically...
yeah, you better have the fucking wherewithal to run quickly.
yeah.
Don't be a slowpoke and a fucking dummy.
Because if it ain't football, he's doomed. You think? He is adult.
Imagine if he was your accountant. But aren't you the guy? Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, thanks.
And speaking of football, you hear about this 8th grader? He don't look like an 8th grader, though. How old is this kid? We're getting into some fucking shady ground here, but
really, what's going on?
There's an 8th grader. He's so goddamn good at football. Alabama. There he is up there.
Oh boy!
They offered him a scholarship.
Look at his arms.
He's in middle school.
Stop.
And they got video of the kid playing football. He's twice the size of everyone else on the field.
Was he left back?
That's what I'm trying to find out. Because, you hear about these kids every once in a while, and then it turns out they're 22, 23.
Yeah. 8th grader with fucking kids in a car.
Who was the guy? The pitcher? That was a big story for a while. Danny.
The little leaguer or something?
And then it turns out he was a lot older than first expected. And then he was a bust. He was a phenom.
Phenom?
Yeah, we were all talking about him for a while there.
Danny Almonte.
Yeah, Almonte. Remember that kid?
Him? Sure.
There's a name from the past.
Yes.
And then it turns out he was older than...
he was 2 years older.
2 years older, which is a big fucking difference.
Yeah. Who did he play for?
He ended up playing for nobody. He was a bust. But they thought this guy was going to go right to the majors and all that.
Yeah, he was like a great little league pitcher, and then they were like, oh, this guy's going to be the next big thing, and then they figured out he was 2 years older.
And that's why he was so good.
Yeah.
And he just never went anywhere?
No, because he never really developed from there.
I remember that story.
Yeah.
How many years ago was that? Like 5 years ago?
No, he's...
That was 12 years. Jesus, that was 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, now that kid's pushing 30.
He's an assistant baseball coach at a high school.
Right.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
But was he just not that... Like, he was just good compared to being...
He was 2 years older, so that just makes it, he's not a phenom.
That's a big difference at that age.
At that age.
You're fucking whipping a ball past these little fuckers' faces.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering about the 8th grader. Is he a true 8th grader? Because he certainly doesn't look like a true 8th grader. He looks way bigger than all the other kids. But Alabama offered him a fucking scholarship.
Alabama?
Already?
He's in 8th grade. That means he's 14.
Oh, Jesus, come on. No, look at him.
Huh?
His arm's got some muscle definition to it that 8th graders shouldn't have.
Let me see, Trav. Let me see this kid.
Yeah, this is a big story today.
Yeah?
It sure is.
What did Travis find?
34-inch vertical, 9-foot broad jump, and he ran a 4.4.
Oh, boy.
Can I say something? Wow. That's athletic power.
Why is there music?
He's
He's 8th grade?
That's an 8th grader.
Yeah,
They're showing some footage of his football games.
Yeah, look, he's parking his car.
He's just owning. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like he's an NFL player already.
He might just be one of those fucking gifted...
Yeah, I mean, they come around like LeBron James went right out of high school, and he's...
And I don't blame him. Fuck the colleges. I mean, I understand, like, you want to make the money. He'll make more money in his first year than fucking most people will make in a lifetime.
That college argument they always have, that's nonsense. What? To get an education?
I mean, that's not a bad thing if you use it, but, I mean...
Yeah, but you can't risk, like, getting hurt in your college sport to get an education and then to finally go into the pros to make all that money.
Right.
Yeah.
Most people go to college hoping to get out and have a really nice paying job. So if you're an athlete, why wouldn't you go right to the fucking pros?
It's just that
and start
system
banking money.
Trying to make more money off the... And they say, well, I mean, it's a weird thing because they want the athletes to have education, so they're not... Well, they don't... But you don't need... If you're going to make fucking $3 million a year, $5 million a year, you don't need it.
Of course you don't need it. And then... eventually you go back to college if that's something you want.
Yeah.
Holy fuck! If my kid turns out having skills, no.
Yeah.
You don't need to go to college. Are you kidding me?
Charles Jefferson for Earth, Wind, and Fire and Little Brother. He's one of those guys, like fucking...
Right.
He's a monster. Forrest Whitaker.
Oh, yeah.
Fast Times.
Very good, yeah.
Nice car. You're keeping it up nicely.
That college education argument is the dumbest argument, and all the sports shows talk about it.
Yeah.
It is so stupid. It really is. If you have a chance to make a lot of money, you have to go for that.
Do some guys get hurt and ruin their NFL careers in college?
So many.
It does happen, right?
Yes. You don't even know their names because they never made it because of that. They were big college stars, and they decided to do the right thing and try to get an education, played one more year of football or basketball or whatever, those sports especially, and they blew out their knees.
Will the NFL or NBA take you right out of high school now? I'm glad they took LeBron, though, because it was the right move. He's the best player in the league.
What's the...
I think all you have to do is just declare yourself eligible for the draft. But the thing about college football is that it's not like baseball where there's minor leagues. It's like you go to the NFL and you're in the NFL. There's no
right.
College football is kind of like your minor
farm
league training.
teams,
Yeah. Same thing with basketball.
But yeah, the point being though, if you get 2 good years in and then you could go to the pros from there, why wouldn't you? Why would you do 4 years?
Because I think that there's a gigantic jump between high school football and the NFL.
Gotcha.
That's
true.
Where it's kind of to your advantage to play at least 2 years in college football.
Yeah, no, I understand that. It is very hard to go from high school football to the NFL.
Well,
I don't even know of anyone that has actually done that. Do you?
Not
Roger
off the top of my head,
Staubach
no.
went from high school. He did not go to college.
Oh, boy. There goes Jimmy.
No, I'm a Cowboy fan.
I'm not believing it.
Jimmy, you asked? Here we go. Paul in South Carolina. Go ahead, Paul.
Hi.
Fucking give us some knowledge.
There's a running back that went to the University of South Carolina who was supposed to be a big-time pro prospect named Marcus Lattimore. The pictures are online. He got injured playing against Tennessee this past year, and it's a gruesome injury.
What happened?
Yeah.
He dislocated
His knee?
Yeah. It went completely the wrong direction.
Yeesh.
I do know about this.
Is that a
kid.
career ender?
It's not good.
Rear ender.
They think he might come back and play, but it's if you see the pictures of it, it's horrendous knee injury.
See, the colleges don't pay the athletes. They make millions off these guys.
Yeah,
and
they
they don't
do.
give them a fucking dollar.
Yeah.
They give them an education, but come on.
I mean, obviously, the number one sport where kids are jumping right to the pros is basketball, more than any of the sports. And why? Of course, that's what you do.
Oh, he took his knee right out.
Yeah,
right
it's
there,
brutal.
huh?
It's a brutal injury, and that guy
I can't
was.
see.
Like he hit him
And
right.
that guy was the shit too.
Oh,
man.
it
His
bent.
helmet.
Yeah.
He fucking went in.
Yeah. You see that fucking whole leg flopping away? It's not supposed to flop.
Did he fumble?
He fumbled.
Nope. Held the ball.
Oh, he held the ball, huh?
All right, Paul. Thank
What a
you.
game.
No problem.
Yeah.
Great job, guys.
All right.
Yeah, the colleges, if you're going to, it's a hard thing because if you're going to risk a career-ending injury, they should pay you something.
And there is rules now. I'm behind on this. Chris in South Carolina, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say that in basketball, you have to play a year of college before you can declare yourself eligible for the draft. And in football, you have to play 3 years.
So
Really?
Baseball, you can go straight out of high school.
So you can't get kids going from high school to the pros in basketball anymore?
No.
I did not know this. That's so fucking.
They call them one and done. They
Yeah,
sign with the college just to get that 1 year, and then they go pro.
but that's just that's
University of
stupid.
Kentucky's famous for it.
It's just stupid though. If these kids are good enough to be in the pros, why
he's not
force them
completely
to play college ball?
He's not completely
Yep.
right. You have to
Oh,
be
he's not
out-
completely right. Hold on, Chris.
You have to be out of high school for at least 3 years. The rules don't state that you have to go to college, but you have to be out of high school for 3 years for the NFL draft.
What if you excel in school and you graduate early?
With honors?
Yeah. Then can you then?
But why are these kids being penalized because they excel in their
Penalized.
sport?
And what is the reason for, is it because they don't want them to be predatory and start grabbing kids out of high school and then, getting them injured and they get hurt and, they have no education, they go
Right.
shit? I mean,
It's
there's also
exactly
that
it.
angle, too.
It's about the money these colleges make.
With
So
football, I think With football, I think it's a developmental thing because if you look at the size of the players compared to
That's
NFL,
true.
I mean, they're just not as big.
I'm more focused on
that Marcus Lattimore guy they were talking about.
Yeah.
He plays for our university. He never had a complete season here, and he has the most touchdowns out of anybody in our history, our university. And that's how good he is.
I guess I'm more focused on the basketball guys because they certainly, the record has shown a lot of guys going right from high school and having good pro careers.
That's a good point about the physical size. Though. I didn't. Think
Yeah. But if you're a phenom and you're big enough and physically you can handle it, why wouldn't you allow that to happen?
Exactly.
That's this midget.
Look up Canadian Clown and watch videos on him.
Come on. Oh, stop it. That's a gag.
Oh, he missed.
Hold on a second, sir.
Shot a three-pointer, and after the game, the crowd stormed the court and lifted him on their shoulders.
One person could have.
Yeah, really.
It means a lot. Like, I've kind of, like, since I've managed high school, I've always kind of had the thought that what if I could play a little bit, and now it's here, and it's unreal.
He's a dwarf.
No, it was all too real.
Oh, God.
He's a dwarf,
Whatever.
and he's playing high school basketball, I
Give
guess.
the little fella break.
I don't.
Give him a little noogie.
It's hilarious.
I think they just gave him a spot for a little while. I
Did
don't
they?
think yeah.
A Rudy moment?
Yeah, I think they're going for the Rudy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they all go hoodly doodly doo, hoodly doodly doo.
That would be hilarious. They do, so everyone pulls out a little fife and starts playing it. How degrading! He's running down the court.
Hoodly doodly doo, shoodly doodly doo, shoodly doodly. Just play dwarf music.
Dwarf music. How embarrassing!
They hate when the opposing team pulls out fifes.
They pull out their fifes.
They can only play home games because the opposing schools are too mean.
They're just
Very
too
mean.
I wanted to say thanks to Chris. Then we got John, who thinks it's stupid for these guys to go right to the pros. John, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, what you're running into is you have such a small window of athletes that make it to the professional ranks, whether they go 1 year, stay all 4 years. You take that scholarship, and you are guaranteed that education. They can't take away that scholarship once you sign. Now, most of these colleges are giving people 1 year scholarships with the condition of if you make it through that first year without injury or anything, then they'll give you a second year of a scholarship. So any chance you get to get that money and take it and, of course, better yourself, you always have that back to fall. You have that to fall back on rather than just making it to the pros, right? And that money's definitely not guaranteed in any sport. Wouldn't you agree?
But it's just interesting that they take.
Look! I think it's all bullshit. I think most athletes that play for these big universities don't really give a fuck about their education when they know they got a really good shot at the pros, especially.
But they should, because then there's guys like Jason Williams, who played for the Bulls, and he was like, one of the top players, one of the top prospects, and then he goes and gets injured, and now what has he got?
Well, what happened to Jason Williams?
Well, how many millions did he make?
I don't think he made a lot.
Out of those millions, you go back to college. You could pick whatever fucking school you
Right,
want.
but then, I mean, it is smart to have something to fall back on, though.
But these guys aren't looking at it as a real education. We all know. We've heard the stories over the years.
They
don't
just
even
sit there.
They don't even really have to go to class.
Yeah, they don't treat them the same as other students.
Raise their head and say, war.
Right.
Right. I mean, look at Allen Iverson.
Makes me sad.
I'm an old school Philly fan, born and raised. And I'll tell you what, how many millions did that guy make? He had a Georgetown education, if he had an education, like you guys said. But at the end of the day, we're talking about, 5% of all these Division I athletes that get scholarships that end up going to the pros and getting hurt or being successful. It's a small window.
Yeah, that's true.
But I get your point. But I mean, he did not get a Georgetown education. We all know that.
Right, you got a thug life education.
Yeah, there's guys that they have no interest in the university whatsoever as far as getting an education. They're there, and they know already they have a really good shot at being in the pros. So let them go and do their thing.
My major is business.
There's a lot of college athletes that realized they were good enough for the college sport, but not good enough for the pros. Those guys, sure, it would be to their advantage to take advantage of the fact they got a free education.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the value of that, too. Plus, if you make the money, you want to be able to manage it and not get ripped off. But it's the idea, it's the way they set it up, where the colleges make millions. And again, they give away educations, too. But they make so much fucking money, and they don't pay these athletes if they get hurt playing.
They're
college
making
ball.
believe they're taking care of the college athlete. Like, oh, no, you really need an education. But the fact is they want all that talent in the college system because the college system makes so much money. So you don't want to water down the talent, right?
Yeah.
That would hurt business. It's a big business for these guys.
I think you shouldn't be able to play professional football until you get A's and B's on all your homework.
That'll never happen. It'd be like it'd be a JV football league.
Right. Hey, good call, John. Thank you. I really appreciate it. All right,
Poor Joe Theismann just talking about his fucking prostate.
Yeah.
That's all. A brilliant career, and we just have to look at him with fucking his prostate
asshole.
and having to run to the bathroom everywhere he is.
It makes you think that the guy didn't manage his money well.
Really?
Well, if you're an older athlete, do you really want to be on TV talking about the fact that you used to have to fucking take a leak every 10 minutes before you found the magic pill?
My prostate was driving me batty.
Right.
Yeah, but these guys also didn't make anything back then.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
They didn't make the salaries that these guys are
What's
making.
Theismann's
Let me see.
worth there? Net or
But
gross?
you made a
Net
couple.
worth, right?
Yeah. Do you think you made a couple million a year?
He had to be in the millions, right?
Had to.
He had to,
Maybe?
He had
No?
to be making millions.
Yes, I disagree with Travis. I think he made.
In the 70s and the 80s, he wasn't making millions.
When did he retire?
85.
So he didn't really get. He got maybe a little taste near the end.
Forced retirement.
So someone like Theismann just isn't really rich. That's so.
That is weird.
Come on.
It's weird to think.
I mean, who did we have in here that had to?
Dr. J.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh God, Dr. J with his.
That's my nickname for myself.
I asked him. I told him my ankle was hurting. He couldn't fix anything. Fucking liar. Doctor.
No, I understand that. I was just wondering if you could do any work on the funny bone.
We totally got it.
Funny.
We got it. Remember Dr. J in his old shirt?
Oh,
I'm like, you're Dr. J.
God.
NBA players should just be writing him checks. He should go to his mailbox every morning and just get checks from everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Theismann has a great restaurant that nets a few million a year, doesn't
Yeah.
he? What?
I'm sure he's got some good investments.
Some of these
and stuff,
guys do
but
that,
It
like-
just seems like he should have had more money.
Elway opened up car dealerships. Aikman has dealerships. I think like Staubach's a big fucking like investment guy. A lot of these guys have huge businesses because they're big names in their home cities.
You should go into making video games. That seems to be very lucrative for sports.
Hold on, I don't know if you heard.
Oh,
Oh, that dumb motherfucker.
Oh, they just sold that sock.
92,000.
92 G's.
Is that what they thought or no?
no,
They were
thought it
hoping to
would
get
be
more.
over 100.
Good.
Sports memorabilia is tough these days.
Fucking dumb bloody sock. Who
Gotta
gives a
frame it.
shit?